Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of House Flipper 2. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. I think today we are going to be doing let's do the compact house, I think. This one right here. It's about 1,200 square feet, relatively small yard. Go to house. Here we go. Let's take a look and see what we're working with. Should be a decent little place. Looks like we're definitely going to have to redo a little bit of the siding. There's a ton of junk on the front porch. Like, the front porch is basically a landfill. Okay. Heading back here, we've got a fairly organized yard. Not a whole lot of stuff to pick up in the yard. Looks like there is a little basement door down here. Okay. Leads into a very cluttered... This place is super cluttered. Holy cow. Okay, that's fine, though. So we got a basement door there. If we go inside the actual house itself, we've got like a little mudroom here. Living room space. Okay, whoever lived in this house before was a hoarder. This is absurd. Like, look at the amount of junk that is just sitting around in this house. My goodness. Dining room and kitchen area. This leads outside. And then here we have just a little closet. Over here we have a staircase, bathroom, and going upstairs we have a fairly decent-sized bedroom with that's not a door, that is a wardrobe. Okay, so yeah, and a bathroom for the actually this bathroom is honestly nicer than the downstairs one, but okay, this is workable. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff to clean up. Because there's so much junk in this house. But all in all, the house is actually in pretty good shape. I don't think we're going to have to do a whole lot as far as wall colors and stuff like that. We will have to reside portions of the house, but all things considered, this could be so much worse. So yeah, I guess it's just time for a cleaning montage. Well, we've got the place all cleaned up, and next up is going to be walls. I honestly don't think I really want to make that many changes as far as colors go with the walls. I think for the outside siding, we're going to use this right here that we use kind of on the upper levels of the house. We can make this bigger so we can... Oh, mistakes were made. I just realized I want to keep this little like border bit here. But that's we can redo that. No big deal. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm pretty happy with the way the house looks as long as we replace this ugly, random colored nonsense with the white that goes up above. I think that'll look much, much better. We're going to end up with a very white house, but that's okay. When you're talking outside siding, who cares? So I think it'll look much, much better than than this Fruity Pebbles multicolored whatever stuff. So yeah, we'll do that. And then as far as the interior of the house goes, I'll probably swap this tiling here out for some sort of wood instead, but I do like having sort of like a little, I forget the term for it, but having something along here. And then in the bathroom, I definitely want to change the green out. I am not a fan of this green color. Sorry, it's not for me. The kitchen, I think I'm fine with, although we will probably put a backsplash behind the counter. Maybe not. I don't know. We might leave it. It might be okay. But we'll do something. I just realized that this shutter needs to be opened. There we go. And then closet's fine. Going upstairs, I know there is a bit up here. This wall needs to be the same color as the rest of the walls in this room. This bathroom is fine. And then I think the basement, which, by the way, the basement is only accessible from back here. This is the only way down into the basement. We will probably swap these bricks out for something that looks a little bit cleaner. But I don't know, maybe not. We might leave it. This is, I think it's fine for a basement, but we might swap it out. I haven't decided yet. Either way, gotta do walls. Floors, I think, are honestly fine. It's basically hardwood floors in pretty much the whole house, and that's good with me. So, we will probably swap out this kitchen tile, though, for something different. But yeah, a few little things to tweak, but for the most part, it's not going to be massive changes. All right, my friends, I think I'm done with the walls. There wasn't a whole lot to do. I did swap out this. Used to be tile. I made it kind of this wood paneling instead. In the bathroom, I went with kind of a very light blue and white theme. So light blue and white checkered tiles for the floor, and then light blue paint above white tiles for kind of a backsplash or whatever you would call it. So that works out. As far as the kitchen goes, didn't really change much at all. I painted the entire wall in here this sort of beigeish, it's almost like a peach color. Not quite, I don't know, whatever color this would be. There were previously like brown tiles at roughly this level down. I just replaced all of that with this paint. I did change the color of all the cabinets and shelves in here. I think this looks much better. I went with, I believe this is European walnut, which matches what these shelves up here were. And then I went with a black marble, or a black granite, I should say, countertop. And went with white tiles in the kitchen. This previously was sort of a brown colored tile as well. But that's really all I did as far as walls go downstairs. I didn't do anything with the basement. I decided to leave it as is, and then I just painted this wall orange to match the rest of the room. So not a whole lot. Now, next up, I think I want to tackle the kitchen because there's really, we're going to do this together because there's not really a whole lot here that I need to do. So first things first, we're just going to get ourselves a stove cooktop. and just put it right here so that we have a stove. And then we probably need a couple little various kitchen appliances, a microwave, that sort of thing. So let's throw a microwave. Actually, let's put it next to the fridge. I think that's a good spot for it. Let's put it like right there. Then we'll get a coffee maker, something like this. Let's go. Sure, that'll work. We'll put that. Actually, let's put that next to the. Let's put that like right over here, I think. We need a drying rack for dishes. Let's use this one, I think. We'll just kind of put it right there. What other kitchen accessories do we want? Yeah, probably a bread box. Can put that over here. Anything else? Ah, a toaster. You gotta have a toaster. Let's not use that color scheme, though. Let's actually make this one more metallic. And we'll put that, like, over here. Okay, so there we go. We got ourselves a kitchen. We could even go with, like, a cutting board. Like this. And then a kitchen knife. Something along these lines. And we can just kind of set that there. There we go. So kitchen's good to go. We do also want to do a little small dining room table here. This is where it was before, and I think, honestly, it's a good spot for it. So let's just get something nice and small. Maybe, do you want to go square? The problem is this is a really, really small spot. So maybe we're better off doing sort of a wider table. We want something that we can fit 2 chairs underneath. This is more of an outdoor table. Like, I want something this size. But we have really limited options, it's looking like. Not a huge fan of any of these, if I'm being entirely honest. This is probably the one I like best, but this is more of an outside table. Like, you don't want something your silverware could fall through. And that's too big. What about this one? No, that's still the wrong size. Yeah, we're so limited right now in the stuff that's actually in the game that you kind of got to make do with what you got. So, okay, change of plans. Let's go with a circular table then. Maybe something like this. We'll change the colors in a bit, but let's put that like right about here. And then we'll just get 2 dining room chairs. These ones. Put one there and one there. And that way we have just a little bit of a dining room table. As far as colors go, let's change this to European walnut as well to match the counters and stuff in here. Change this to European walnut. Let's go with maybe like a beige colored seat. Maybe something a little darker. There we go. Then we can paste that onto this one. Okay, so I think that works. And then last but not least, let's just get a real small little flower pots. That's way too big. Still too big. Let's go tiny then. And we'll get something like this. Put that right there centered. Go plants. Go tiny. And just do something like that maybe. Just so there's something in the middle of the table. That'll work. Okay, so there we go. Kitchen and dining room are finished. It's nothing fancy, but it will work. I suppose we can also do this little closet here while we're at it together as well, because all I'm going to do is just put in a few shelves like that and call it good. So, okay, there we go. Now time to tackle the rest of the house. All right, my friends, let's talk about the living room and the, I'm going to call it the mud room. So living room, kept it really simple. I wanted to have it still feel very open, so I just went with a couch and an armchair, a little coffee table in between, or an end table, I guess you would say. And then a longer carpet that leads to the TV, which is sitting on a cabinet. And that kind of divides this space in a way as like, this is the living room area. And then leaves this as kind of a walkway, sort of subconsciously in your mind, so to speak. But yeah, there's our sofa and our armchair if you want to sit here, watch TV, whatever. Then over here, to fill this space, I went with a bookshelf, put some stuff on it, threw in a few plants and things like that. I think they go really nicely with the wallpaper that this house came with. And then just a couple of other minor things like a painting on the wall here, a clock up here, etc. So yeah, that is the living room. As for the mudroom, I again kept it really simple. I went with a sort of carpet here to represent like a large doormat, because we don't actually have actual doormats in the game yet. And then just a wardrobe over here that fits very snugly, fits perfectly in this space, so you could hang up your coats or whatever. And then just a couple of their, again, little minor decorations. A little key hanger here to hang up some keys on, a pair of shoes, an umbrella holder, etc. So yeah, there we go. The living room and the mudroom are all finished up. Next up, I went ahead and tackled the downstairs bathroom, and I decided to make this a half bath so that I could fit laundry in here. So in here, we just have a toilet and a sink, as far as bathroom stuff goes, but then I put the washer and dryer in here as well, with a couple of shelves for holding, laundry detergent or whatever. And then I just, that's pretty much it. It's just a pretty tiny little bathroom. I think originally there was a shower in here that I ended up taking out, because this is only a 1-bedroom house. So I figured, you know what, we'll just have the master bedroom be the only place where you could actually take a bath or a shower or something, and we'll just turn this into a little half bath, and that way we can have on-site laundry. That just seemed to make sense to me. So yeah, this is the bathroom. There's not really a lot to talk about here. I mean, it's exactly what it looks like. It's a bathroom with laundry. The end. Now going upstairs, we have our bedroom, and I think this turned out pretty well. I wanted to keep sort of the same colors that we had before, just for something a little bit different. But then we had a lot of space to work with. I think you could maybe have made an argument for dividing this up into 2 rooms even. Like maybe you wall it off like here, make this a little hallway that leads to the bathroom, and then split it like, I don't know. I don't know how you'd divide it up so that you can make 2 rooms out of this, but it's pretty large. Either way, over here we've got our bed. We went with a nice big double bed. Might as well. We've got the space. A couple of side or end tables, bedside tables with some lamps on them. I went with 2 paintings here. And I could have centered this in the middle of, like, on the window, the bed, but then you would have had very limited space here by this wall, so I decided to kind of scooch it over a little bit. Back in this corner, we just have a little shelf with some athletic equipment, a couple of weights, a stereo, a couple of sports ball things. Figured, maybe the person that lives here works out, they crank up the music, they grab the dumbbells, they get a little workout in. And then over here, we went with a dresser, nice large mirror to fill this whole space, and then a guitar and an amp on the ground. Over on this side, I decided to make this more of a little bit of a practical space, so we went with a nice corner desk with a PC double monitor setup, and then just a little armchair here for, you could sit on it and put on your shoes in the morning or like whatever. And then over here, we just have a bookshelf that fits into this little space. It looks like this space was honestly designed for this bookshelf. And then another bookshelf right here. So that is the bedroom. I quite like it. And of course, it does have a master bathroom as well, which I think also turned out pretty well. So kept the tub that was here before, because realistically, you can't really fit a shower in this room anywhere. Unless you want to, like, redo the roof, which would probably not be a realistic thing you would do if you were renovating the house. That would be insanely expensive. But yeah, kept the tub. I thought the tub was fine. And then we went with a toilet kind of over here in the corner. And then this is our sink. I went with 2 cabinets, sink, 1 cabinet, because if I wanted the mirror, of course, centered above the sink. But if I centered this whole thing in this space, there wasn't room for the mirror. It would clip into the ceiling, as you can see. So this works out well, I think. Still gives us counter space, still makes it look like all of this space is being used, but allows us to actually have our mirror on the wall. So that's good. And then here, just a large, I think this is technically a dresser, but sort of a large cabinet for storing whatever you need to in it. A couple of candles for if you're taking a bath and you want to just kind of chill and relax in the tub for a while. A little towel holder and a plant. So yeah, there we go. That is the master bathroom. I think it works out pretty well. And honestly, that is the whole, well, it's all of the house except for the basement. So that's the main part of the house all done. So yeah, basement time. And for the basement, I decided to keep it really simple. So in this walkway, I didn't end up changing the walls at all. I thought, you know what, this is a basement. You wouldn't really be coming down here very much because it's not actually connected to the house itself. You have to go outside to get to the basement. So I was like, you know what? Let's keep this very like utilitarian. So a couple of shelves here for storing whatever tools or garden supplies, you know, whatever you want. And then over here, I turned this into kind of a little bit of a workshop. So we've got a nice large workbench with a bunch of tools and things like that, a little chair, and then just some various stuff. Like we got another shelf in the corner here. We got a couple of extra tires, some pegboards on the wall, some pallets. We got a sawhorse. Like it's a workshop. I mean, again, I didn't want to do a ton with this space as far as really overhauling and making a livable space. I wanted this to be a place where you'd be like, okay, I'm going to go, you know, cut out a board for something or like whatever. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, this is the workshop. It works. It's functional. And it makes use of the space, but has, you know, obviously you could do a lot more with the basement if you want. I just didn't think it made a lot of sense since you have to come outside to get there. If the basement was actually connected to the interior of the house, I probably would have made it like a fully furnished basement and maybe turned it into like a little man cave with couches and all that kind of stuff. But given that you have to go outside to get in there, I decided to make it more of a workshop and keep it pretty simple. So there we go. That is the whole house. We've got our mudroom. We've got our living room here, our kitchen and dining room. And then over here we have our bathroom, just a little half bath with laundry. And then finally the master bedroom up here and the master bathroom. So there we go. Yeah, that is the house. I like it. Oh, I don't know if I actually mentioned this, but in this hallway, I put a couple of paintings on the walls because it was really blank, but it's whatever. So yeah, I think the house turned out really well. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's just take ourselves a little screenshot there. And let's put this thing up for auction and see what we can get for it. We didn't put a ton into this, 117,000 altogether. And looks like we're going to make a nice profit of about 70. So I'll take it. That's pretty good considering we didn't do a ton with the walls. We just cleaned it up and kept all the same colors for the most part. Patched up a couple places that needed to be like repainted and stuff. But all in all, pretty straightforward renovation. And I hope you enjoyed it. Guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.